Yo, y'all afternoon. This is the Fair Catch Sports Show live with you back on a Monday, the day after Mother's Day. Uh, Hope everybody had a great time celebrating their mothers, their wives, whoever, girlfriends, whatever.
Aunties,
Uh,
grandmas.
yup, all that. All the women that have been mothers to anyone, happy Mother's Day. And I hope you guys had a good one. You guys enjoy your Mother's Day with your mothers?
Yeah, I made my mom breakfast. She was surprised. I don't know why, but she was surprised. I was like, I just don't cook because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy person. But she was surprised I made her breakfast. But that's what I did. I made her breakfast. Got her a gift. Got her some cards and stuff. So
How about you, Zay?
kept it simple.
None really much. I just got my mom a couple of gifts, and that was pretty much it. I went to church, same old type of stuff.
Same old, same old.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's So I got up, made breakfast for my wife. Then we went to church. Came back. My wife, uh, she wanted to do Mediterranean because every Sunday, though, we do like Sunday dinner at our house with our family and friends. So did that. So my parents came over like always. So got to celebrate with my mom and my wife.
That's good. That's
You know,
good.
that's good.
other couple other people. So it was good, man. It's a good Mother's Day. So yeah, man, it was a good holiday, man. But never stops for me, as y'all know, because this week, 5-year-old, he is graduating preschool.
Wow, really?
Yeah, graduating
Uh,
Yeah.
preschool on Friday.
Kindergarten next year? Oh
Yeah,
my
hey,
goodness. Or next school year, I should say.
yeah,
Wow.
next, yep,
hold
and
me
then
fast.
So like
yeah,
August, September, shoot, bro.
yeah,
he gonna be he
yeah.
gonna be active.
Mm-hmm.
Is he doing like half day or full day? Like I had to do full
Full
day
day.
when I did
Hmm.
kindergarten.
He doing
Full
full
day?
day.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he gonna be he
Yeah,
gonna be
it's gonna be different, but he likes school, man. You know,
he oh
he
that's good.
really
That's good.
enjoys going. So it's gonna be a change for him, me as well.
Yeah.
And then then my son turns 11. One of my sons, should I say, turns 11 on Saturday. So busy,
Oh
busy, busy.
almost middle school, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sixth grade next year. Yeah.
Sixth grade next year. So yeah, middle school. Dang, like everyone's getting
Man.
old.
Yeah, we're getting old, man. Getting old.
Bro, my cousin graduates this year from high school. I was shook when I saw his stuff for graduation. I said, "Wow, like, ooh, time is flying, bro."
Yeah,
It
for
is.
sure.
It is, man. It's crazy. But hey, it is what it is, man. Yeah, life is going good for everybody right now. So hey, keep up that same energy, man. Hope everybody has a good week for this week, man. Into next week and all that good stuff, man. So we'll get the
Schedule
show
release
started.
next week.
Yeah, I thought it was this
Actually,
week.
Wednesday. It's
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
right? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah. So if y'all haven't, if well, as we start the show off, the schedule release is Wednesday.
Yes.
So we will find out where the Bears are playing.
Well,
I
we
mean,
know who they're
well, we know
playing.
they're
We just
playing. I
won't
mean,
know what weeks they're playing each
yeah,
week.
where they're gonna be. Yeah, what weeks?
Like
That's what
we already know for sure that they're not playing the Eagles week 1, but they have the Eagles on their schedule.
Thank God.
yeah,
We was gonna
yeah.
get our
They
tails whooped.
still gonna lose to the Eagles. It don't matter.
You know,
It don't
I
matter
still got
what
the
week they
Eagles.
got.
I
It
still
do
got the
not
Eagles
matter.
winning that. I still got the Eagles winning that game. But this team going up against the Eagles, I feel like we need to have a couple of weeks before
It
we get
don't
it.
matter.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
the
yeah,
Super Bowl champs for a reason. It don't matter what week we play
I
them.
don't
We're
care.
not winning.
And guess what? They can be the Super Bowl champs. It's a new season.
Here we
It's back to
go.
0-0.
Here we go with this nonsense.
It's not here
But
we
I
go.
mean, hey,
Look,
but I
look.
look at it like this, man.
We're not
It will
beating
be
the
it
Eagles.
will be a good test for them,
It would
especially
be.
with the new regime and all that. I'm not even gonna deny that fact. But again, like we were discussing earlier, they got to show me. They got to have sustained success for me before I be like, yeah, I'm all in. I'm not going all in on these dudes.
I'm not
Never.
saying they're gonna win
Not
that game.
again.
I'm not even predicting them to win a lot of games. I'm not saying they're gonna win that freaking game. But what I'm saying is we cannot sit here and act like okay, this ain't even for the Bears, for any team.
Mhm.
I don't care who they are. You can still lose in the NFL. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It really don't matter. So I'm not saying I'm not giving. I want them to earn it, but I want them to show it. Like, but I'm not going to sit back
Even
and
the Eagles beat
they don't
up,
got a shot.
still dominated last year. Even the
I'm not
Eagles,
sitting
when
there
they
back
were beat up,
saying
still dominated.
I'm
You're
not
not
sitting back
beating
here
the Eagles.
saying they don't have a shot to at least pop out 9 games or 7 or so. I'm not saying I'm not gonna go that far. But I want
No,
them
heck no.
Like,
But no, I get what you. I get what you said. Hey, Zay, I'm not.
because stuff
I'm
happens in
not.
the NFL.
Yeah, anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen. We all know this. We see it every year. Somebody comes out of the blue, and they're successful, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, are they back?" Well, we'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna reserve my judgment just like I did last year, just like me and Elise did last year. Like, hey, you got to show us. Like,
you
I'm
just
not
gotta
jumping
show
back
me.
on.
Right.
I'm a
No.
fan, and I don't. And I'm all right. First of all, I gotta say this. I'm sick of this fan base trying to tell people who's a real fan, who's not.
Facts.
Homeboys, homegirls. You are not the president of the Bears fan club. All of y'all need to stop. Like, a person can fan how they want to fan. I'm not finna go all in and then get my heart broken out if the Bears do exactly what they did this past season. Because a lot of y'all did that. Now you're like, oh, you don't like anything negative. Y'all like, yo, you're not a real Bears fan. Stupid. You are a delusional Bears fan. You got to stop. Because y'all be the same ones if the Bears start crashing out towards, let's say, the middle of the season. Y'all going to be start crashing out with them. And then it's going to be, they suck. No. It's gonna be the same way. Many of y'all saw me and Elise throughout the season. We was chill. We was just laughing at y'all because it was like we knew we wasn't expecting nothing. And they did exactly
Literally,
what they
I
did.
didn't
Nothing.
expect the thing. I'm like, I'm only picking wins because y'all are making me. And even then, I don't see 9 on the schedule. And
That's
we didn't. 6 was generous, apparently.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't trust them. That's why I
Like,
wouldn't have
no,
never
like,
taken a tight end top 10. If you were gonna take a tight end top 10, you should have picked the guy last year. Not, I like Loveland, but you should have got the guy last year. That's why I say there is no way a 5-win team should have been taking a tight end top 10 instead of improving the defensive line, the offensive line. I just question the process, not because of Ben Johnson wanted it. I question it because Ryan Pose just did it. Like we taking all these skill players, not a lot of dudes in the first round that's being taken in the trenches, and you already whiffed up on Jared Verse. You didn't pick him. We passed on him, and look what that's what I'm
and
saying.
Jalen Carter. We didn't take Jalen Carter either.
I'm not. I understand why they didn't pick Jalen Carter, but to not pick freaking the guy from the Rams and not pick Bowers, that's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, that
It's
Bowers, yeah.
crazy to me.
Bowers and
It was Bowers and Verse.
They should have taken Braden Fisk, though. I was a big fan of his.
They should have. They could have took
Braden
him.
Fisk, I wanted him. I
They
thought
could
he
have took
was.
Verse.
Mm-hmm. I was
Like
like,
look at
Braden Fisk would
That's what
fit
I'm
in this
saying.
this D tackle rotation.
right.
That's
Take
why I
him.
don't
Because he
trust
would have Braden Fisk would have been perfect,
Yeah, he
especially when
would have.
Billings went down. When
He
He
Billings
would
went
have been
down,
perfect.
I
But
don't trust him. I do
they ain't
not.
take him.
Yeah.
and and that's fine. And I'm saying I don't trust him, and I'm not on the train like everybody else. Like Pose, like I saw a bunch of Pose people celebrating Pose. He's turned his team around in 3 years. First of all, he got a losing record.
Right, he hasn't had a winning
We ain't
record yet.
we ain't made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm not celebrating all his moves because all of them ain't been great. And guess what? When you had opportunities to do certain things, you didn't. You let your emotions decide your picks. So until you show me different, bro, I'm not celebrating this man because he had a decent draft this year. No,
That's what I'm
because we
saying.
did that
And
last
just
year.
because the
That's
crazy thing is, so it's so funny, right? Like, I was told to go root for the Lions full time, right? I'm like, why? Because I won't worship at the feet worship at the feet of Ben Johnson. Like, is that what it is? Like, Ben Johnson's never been a head coach before. This is his first season being a head coach. What we don't know how he's gonna turn out.
Mm-hmm.
For all we know, he could end up like Nathaniel Hackett.
but
And
that's what I'm
remember,
saying.
Nathaniel Hackett was highly sought after.
Or I'm gonna tell y'all, remember this? It just came to my mind. Who was the offensive genius that left the Patriots? Remember that? Everybody just swore he was gonna
Josh
be the next
McDaniel?
great thing.
Yeah.
How did he turn out in Denver? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
And
oh,
I'm
you're
not
not talking
saying Ben
about Josh
Johnson and Josh
McDaniel.
McDaniels.
But
Yeah,
but you
Josh
you
McDaniels.
kind
He
of
went to
yeah.
Denver
You mean
first.
the Raiders?
Oh, the Raiders. I thought he would. Who
Yeah,
went to Denver?
he went to
Who else went
Raiders.
to Denver?
Vic Fangio went to the
Yeah,
Denver.
Vic Fangio went to
Okay,
the
maybe
Broncos.
I'm maybe yeah. Y'all right. Y'all right.
But even
But
him
after
though,
yeah.
we see he's clearly better as a defensive coordinator than he is a head coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But that's
Big Fangio. Yep.
but
We
that's
clearly see that.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, and then like he decided to. I would have picked. I heard Ursary failed because of character issues. I
Yeah, he
would have
did.
him
Nah,
at
I
four.
was right. I was right.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like
So Josh
it's.
McDaniels went to the Denver Broncos from 2009 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, and he crashed. Yeah, crashed out. He was terrible.
But that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. It's like when you, I get the Ben Johnson thing, but then that's why I wanted the edge rusher, and then you take Ursary at 41, and then we would have had you would have had a guy that played left tackle 4 years, and then you would have had a guy who is a pass rusher who can rush the passer. That's why some of them draft picks, like I just did not get. I just didn't get it. You didn't you drafted Trapillo. I think we might actually have something with him, but
Mm-hmm.
he like you asking him to play left tackle when I think he's personally better as a right tackle. I'm not saying he can't play left, but it's just like dang, man. Like every time I want to get excited for something, it's just like we could have honestly walked out of the draft with the first couple of picks being a pass rusher, Burden, and then you get the left tackle in Ursary because he did fall. Like we would have been like to me, I just don't get it. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I agree with you. It's the same thing. It's like we draft Luther Burden, then all of a sudden we can trade DJ now. Why would we trade DJ? Idiots. What has Luther Burden done to prove that he's going to be
To
better
me,
than
I
DJ
don't think
Moore?
Luther Burden will have a role. There's one football. You already got
Man,
5 mouths to
The
feed.
man is a
I don't think
rookie,
he's gonna get a lot. I think he's gonna be a slot guy.
and he's a rookie. What
That's
are
what
y'all
I'm
talking
saying. He's
about?
not. I don't think he'll have much production this year.
DJ Moore has been consistent over the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Why would you trade a consistent guy whose drop percentage is really low, one of the best in the NFL? He's consistent just because he ain't I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. Just because he isn't the Golden Boy's best friend, y'all don't like him. What are we talking about? Like that's the stupidest thing ever. Y'all won't it y'all we always cry about we need skill guys.
Yep.
And then you want to get rid of them as soon as we get another guy. Like that's the dumbest thing in the world.
And add this on top of it. Now it's been talks, and all the Bears fans want to get Trey Hendrickson, which is all right. But it's just like you trading the draft capital away to get a 30-year-old pass rusher. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's really good. But dang, you keep trading draft. How
Bro, they traded a 4th-round pick for a dude with an
year.
arthritic shoulder. I was too done.
Hmm.
They traded a 4th-round pick for Ryan Bates, bro, and that man hasn't touched the field.
You don't trade for Trey Hendrickson unless you know you making a deep run in the playoffs. Not at his age.
And are we making a deep run in the playoffs?
That's why this whole draft, to me.
How about we make the playoffs first?
I love Loveland. I love the player, but I just don't get why they decided to draft a tight end there.
I think again, I could be off base here, but in my theory is, I think Ben is trying to evaluate Caleb Williams. So by doing that, he's giving him every weapon possible. He fixed the O-line, and he's getting every weapon possible. Now, if Caleb sinks or swims, he could say, hey, I gave him every weapon possible. I fixed the offensive line. He's just not getting it done. And he can basically wipe his hands and pick someone else next year. That's my theory.
Okay, I understand that, but do y'all see where I'm coming from?
No, we know exactly where you're coming from.
That's why that Trapillo pick got me thinking, like, what?
Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I think that's why he did it. That's my theory is on why he.
I agree with that. I agree. Zay, trust me. Me and at least love Loveland, but your reasoning makes 100% sense. Again, but if we just trying to look at it from a what they would call it macro point of view, look at it that way. Like, okay, now he has 2 tight ends that are really good. He has no excuse. If you do, and like I said this 2 weeks ago. If he does not use the tight end, who's the problem? Is it Caleb or is it the scheme? Because last year it was the scheme. Oh, Komet couldn't get open. But again, both of y'all have said it, whether y'all said it in our group chat or said it on tweets, that Komet was open a lot of times. And Caleb looked him off. So again, if he starts doing the same things, it's going to go to what Elisa's saying. Then Ben Johnson got to start looking at Caleb like, hey, dog, I got you everything you need. What's the problem? You're not playing. And if y'all listen to what Declan Doyle has said in his couple of interviews, he's told y'all what they want Caleb to work on. Y'all just ain't listening. They want him to play quarterback, not superhero, not Superman ball. They want to play quarterback. They've said it a bunch of times. Y'all just ain't listening. So it's not that they don't believe in him, but they telling you subtly, hey, we know you can be great, but player, that Superman hero ball you doing is not going to work for this offense. And you got to stop. So we're going to give you everything you can to not do that. And if you still do it, the problem is you. It's not us. What you think?
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's my theory on the whole thing. Is I think it's more so Ben is trying to see if the quarterback's the problem or the quarterback isn't the problem. Like, because if you think about it, this is a new head coach, right? This head coach wasn't in the draft room when Ryan Poles took Caleb Williams last year, right? That he did not do that. So if he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this, and I'm gonna give Caleb this year. If he feels like Caleb isn't getting the job done, then he's gonna go to Kevin Ward and be like, "Look, I gave Caleb an opportunity. It just didn't work out. I want to take a quarterback in this year's draft." Blah blah blah. Right? I don't think Kevin Ward would tell Ben Johnson he can't do that
No.
I
because
think
at this point, this is Ben's team, and we gotta trust his vision at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and this ain't saying like
Now,
he
I think Caleb
bad.
will be fine, but I'm just saying in a
No,
hypothetical.
I get what you're saying. I can see that too, but I think the tight end pick, well, I think why they put so much a value on it because I think like no, obviously nobody never thought we was gonna take a tight end top 10, but I think he wanted to get his model of Laporta, and I think always having a receiving tight end and then having Cole Kmet, in my opinion, I think is a plus
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like at times they never really used Komet. They asked Komet to do so much that he just that just wasn't his type of play. Like Komet is not a guy that he's gonna route somebody up. That's not his type. Komet is a guy that you're gonna have when you under center, and he's a guy that you're gonna look to throw to under center, and he's a guy that you're gonna look to throw to and underneath on
Mm-hmm.
all those underneath routes. I feel like they've been asking him to do stuff that's not quite his style, and that's why they took Loveland. Really,
Yeah, because Lovin can do is like Elise said. Lovin can do a lot of stuff Sam Laporta did.
yeah,
In that type of offense, right?
That's his
So
comp.
that's his comp.
yeah.
So Loveland is basically Sam Laporta, and Komet will be the other tight end, but better.
Brock White.
Yeah,
He'll be
he's better.
Brock Wright 2.0.
Yeah, he's better than Brock Wright.
He's
Not and
better
that's
than
not
Brock Wright.
disrespect to
Yeah,
Brock
he
Wright.
is.
Brock
He
Wright is
is.
decent. Brock Wright is
Right,
good.
Brock Wright's decent, but
Yeah,
Cole Komet is better than Brock
he's
Wright.
better than him.
Yeah, he
Like
is.
And
we
it's
being
not
serious,
even close. It's literally
right?
not even close.
And
I
that
wouldn't
yeah,
even.
and again, that's not hating on him. I'm just saying. So what you're saying is right. So now Komet doesn't have to do as much, right? So it takes a little bit of pressure off of him, but also now that pressure goes over to Caleb because now it's like okay. So hypothetically, right? Let's say they going 12 personnel. That means
Uh-huh.
you probably have Komet on the line,
Yep.
Brock maybe in the slot, a little bit off the line. Then you got DJ and Rome out there. Then you got whoever they want to put in the backfield, whoever. That's a mismatch. Because how many? You
Yeah.
ain't got two linebackers that can cover. Like let's be for real. With that, I don't know one team, maybe the Eagles, maybe, and that's a big maybe. Have two linebackers that can cover. You ain't most teams don't got it. So what they try to do is bring a safety. Well, guess what? If you have to bring a safety down the box, somebody gonna have one-on-one coverage on the outside, whether it's Rome or DJ. And if your corners is bums, it's over. Cooks and am I right? I'm just
No,
that's what the Lions did with Jameson Williams, right? Am I
but
correct?
but
Am
but
I
but
correct?
that's what somebody that's what so-called anonymously person inside of an organization was saying. Like they was like, we got to play them this year. I just hope they line don't hold up because they got a lot of matchup issues. Meaning that like we can present a lot of matchups to a lot of teams. Which man, I get it. It is what it is. We just need to go out there and actually put the puzzles to the pieces. 'Cause I'm sick and tired of
As I
But
talking
say,
about
put the
people needing
pads on.
weapons.
Put the
but it's the
pads
same
on.
thing. If you think about it, I saw a tweet when the Eagles they were talking about the Eagles, and they said a lot of teams were calling about Dallas Goddard, and they was like, nope, you ain't getting him. He ain't going nowhere. So that shows you, okay, they know that he's a mismatch. You put Dallas Goddard out there with AJ Brown and
Devontae Smith.
yeah,
Hmm.
Devontae Smith, and then they can put whoever
And then
they
you
can
got Saquon in the backfield with that offensive line.
mismatch.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Who's starting? You know what
that's
I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying. Like that's why I was like picking a runner like us picking like I would have been cool. I'm cool now. Let's say next season we went out there and let's say for whatever stupid reason, because I don't know what the contracts look like, the Falcons wanted to get rid of Bijan. Then you go make that move to go get him. Then that's when you go
Right,
do it.
right. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know.
I honestly think Bijan's gonna have a good year this year.
Me too.
Now that they're going full steam ahead with Penix, I think Bijan will be able. They'll use Bijan a little bit more because he can be more dynamic because we all know Kirk Cousins ain't moving nowhere. That man is in the
No,
pocket and in the
Kirk.
pocket and in the
Nobody was
pocket.
afraid of Kirk Cousins. Put it that
Right.
way.
Nobody's
Ain't
afraid of him.
nobody was afraid of no Kirk
nobody.
Cousins, bro.
Penix got enough where he can move, get outside that pocket. He got an incredible arm. So now you get to see. Now they're gonna see. Okay, is Bijan worth the money that we the worth the pick? And also let's not forget they got my man. What's the tight end? I just had his name and it slipped my mind.
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts, Mister
Pitts,
Don't Block,
We
Kyle Pitts.
we got to see. We get to see if Kyle Pitts can
bro.
actually
Kyle
if he
Pitts has
really
been
works.
talk about a disappointment, bro. After his rookie year, I never picked him on my fantasy team again. Nope.
No, nope.
No.
But
Cause
he
he,
got
And he had
short.
a
cause
good rookie
he,
year.
he
He had a good rookie year, but after that,
Yeah.
no.
you know what's so funny because it's funny. It's funny because Loveland is like we talk about him being a receiver, being a tight end and receiver's body. That's what Kyle Pitts is, but he can't really block like that. But Loveland can. He can show ability to. He may. I think he can block more than people give him credit for.
I
So
think. I
that's just
think they.
crazy how that works.
I think because of the. I think because of Kyle Pitts, his size, his makeup, fooled a lot of people. Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Everybody knew he couldn't block. We all
Yep.
know this. They didn't hide the fact they knew he couldn't block, but it's like they just assumed because of his body makeup, how he, what I'm saying, he's just gonna be a mismatch. What about the rest of the offense? Like, and if he's going against somebody that's really good that can cover, like a Tyrann Matthew, even though Tyrann Matthew's only 5'9", 5'10" on a good day, the man can cover his butt off and he can play. If he can't get open on Tyrann Matthew, he's nothing. He's a non-factor. You can't even really have him out there. So now that's his snaps go down. So then this top 10 draft pick can only be on the field for, let's say, half the game because he can't do defensive
Hmm.
snaps. Half the offensive snaps, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a
Yeah.
waste. Now he's a bust. Now he's considered a bust. Just,
Somebody was saying like somebody asked like, do y'all think Colston is gonna be like the starting tight end week one? I'm like, I would hope he freaking would be. He a top 10 tight end, top pick tight end. Like,
For a top 10 tight end, he better be.
like,
I
hey,
mean, I don't know, man.
I
I
mean, if
honestly,
a top 10 pick isn't, I'm going to have real concerns. I'm not going to lie.
I
I
mean
get that.
for what they want to do, he better be starting. That ain't no
I
shade to toe, but
I think they both. I think they're gonna come out in 12 personnel the first play of the game.
We'll see in preseason. What
Yeah,
They
yeah, I
might not
like it.
play a lot, but
yeah.
You
And
know what?
honestly,
I'm not even gonna say we're gonna see.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like, cause the Bears love doing that. They
Mhm.
act like they want to look competent in preseason, and then the season they never do any of that stuff. So I want to see
exactly.
from the first snap. The first
I,
snap.
I look
Like,
That's
I
what I
look at
be
it like
saying,
this,
bro.
man.
They don't.
I look at our situation. I look at it like when remember New England had Aaron Hernandez and Gronk,
Yeah,
and we never knew
Ooh,
who was the
ooh.
top guy, but it didn't matter because either one of them was the number one guy on any given Sunday. So it's
Yeah,
like
that's.
that's how I'm looking at it. I don't really care because
Hmm.
they're both they're both really good and had
I just need Caleb to channel his inner Brady and actually throw to a tight end. That would be nice.
yeah, exactly. And think, hey, say what you
That
want to
would
say
be
about Aaron
nice.
Hernandez. You can say what you want to say about Aaron
That
Hernandez.
man
That
was
Don't
human
so
being,
don't
cold,
don't
whatever.
feel
so
don't
cold.
feel like you had to against Jacksonville and London where
Yeah,
you force fed the whole thing.
yeah.
No, let it
Aaron
be
Hernandez.
naturally and within the flow of the game.
I mean,
Let's
Jacksonville was
not
freaking terrible.
forget that too.
Jacksonville was so freaking bad. Like they gave up them. They were second in the league to give up the most receiving yards to a tight end. So they were just terrible. Like that game, they couldn't
Yeah.
cover tight ends. It was
But
them
I
and it
mean,
was another
hey,
team.
we'll see, man. We will
Yeah,
see, man. We'll see what happens. Um, I don't know. I want to see that. I want to, like I said, the one thing I want to see this year, if I have any expectations, I want to see Caleb use his tight ends. That's it. That's
Yeah,
really
dude,
about it.
I want to
exactly.
see us freaking. I want to see us run the ball, man. I think that to
That
me,
too.
that's just like
That's it.
that's the put man. That's the success of it all. Like we can't run the ball, man. Then we can't see Caleb, bro. Then we can't see other than it's all jacked up.
Yeah, that's true. I think the running game will be big. I hope. Well, I'm gonna say I hope it's big for us this year. Um, because the running game, as we see now, the running game has become prevalent in the NFL again. Well, you
Yes,
need a
yes.
running game to be successful. It ain't just a passing lead anymore. It's going back to
Yeah.
being,
Ground and
you need
pound,
ground. Yeah, you need
play
both.
action, all that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
that's strong.
All that throwing the ball 65 times a game. Nope, nope. You're
Just
not
like
gonna
when
beat
we
nobody like that.
just like when we played the Colts. The
Hmm.
coach had the worst run defense, one of the worst run defense in the
And we
league,
threw the ball.
and we threw the ball 40 times. Like to me, I just did not
I'm
get
like,
that
we
stuff.
didn't deserve to win. This was
Just didn't
literally
get that.
the worst
And
run
then we had an
defense, and we
opportunity
ain't run the
to
ball.
They didn't run the
check
ball
out this.
at all.
We had the opportunity to come back in that game, and when we actually found some success running the ball,
Hmm.
then we still pass on the. We got to
We
pass the
still
ball to get
passing
back
the
in the
ball.
game.
I'm like,
Don't
That
dude,
was
we're not
just
trying to
freaking
win this game.
crazy.
don't get me started on that. Made I'm telling you right now that that pissed me off so bad.
We could have won that
Pissed
game.
me off, bro.
We should have won
Pissed
that
me off.
game. Anthony Richardson was giving us the ball.
Garbage. That man was
That
terrible that game.
man,
Terrible.
that man literally floated a pass in the end zone. Oh my god!
That's what
Terrible.
I'm, bro. That's what I'm
And
saying.
Tremaine caught it out of
That's
all
what I'm
people.
saying, bro. Like
Like, come on, dog. Like
we,
you can't.
bro. That's one of those losses where I'm like, we lost to the Colts.
And then it's like
Like
they had no rhyme or reason why they decided that game plan. Everybody in America, media wise,
nobody.
crazy.
And the crazy thing is, people tried to blame old line play. I'm like, you could do that, but also talk about special teams. Cairo missed a field goal that game. Uh, Special teams wasn't blocking
Oh my god! Here we go with
on
this.
kick returns. No,
No, they weren't.
special teams wasn't
No,
blocking
special
on
teams
kick
was not good
returns.
that game.
They was letting old boy, I'm forgetting his name from the Colts, just run up and pick up 20 plus yards.
And if I'm not mistaken, in that game, freaking who was it? Roshan. I think it was Roshan.
Might
Roshan
have
was
been.
the first couple of reps. He was actually man. He was rolling, and then they just
Well,
stopped using
And
him.
then
stop
and
you.
then and then if y'all remember, for whatever reason, Shane Waldron had Cole Komet trying to guard Leatu Latu off the edge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
And
remember
and
that.
One on
and
one. Didn't
Latu
no chip,
cooks
nothing.
He
Latu
had a
cooks
no.
Komet
Wait,
and strip fumbles Caleb. I was like,
he
what are
had
we
he had
doing?
Latu. I mean, he had Komet and Mercedes trying to block Latu.
I was like, bro, why is the tight end covering a defensive end? What
Yep.
are we doing?
But that's
Oh
that's important too. The
my
offensive
goodness.
line play. Those guys knowing what they doing. Hopefully this year. That's to me. That's big too. I think everybody always talks about getting a coach right. The most important hire for a coach is an offensive line coach. That's the most important hire. I don't care what anybody say. That's the most important hire a coach can make.
Like that game was insane. I feel like we lost. Of all the games we lost. Really, the Colts though. Come on, come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah, to me, I think
come
that
on, bro.
like I know we lost the Commanders game. To me, I think that was their worst loss, in my
N-
opinion.
No, because I thought the Commanders were a better team anyway, and it showed.
Because I
I
feel
Yeah,
was
like
not
I was.
surprised
because
by
I
that.
feel like Jaden Daniels is good. Like nobody denying
I
that, but
remember I got heat when I said that, but
Anthony Richardson, like the Commanders had a good team at that point. They had a good
exactly. I'm
coach,
like,
but
the
Anthony
Commanders were
freaking
actually a
Richardson,
good team. I was not surprised we lost to them.
Anthony
I was
freaking
surprised we
Richardson.
lost to
Just
Indy though. Like, are you
trash.
serious?
That's the worst
And
loss. I
that,
feel like
and
that's
I
our worst loss.
and I hope, and I saw that Anthony Richardson is using the thing that he's using that whatever.
VR. He's using VR.
Yeah, the same stuff that helped Josh Allen get to basically where he's at now. He's using that. So we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see if it helps him out.
He's using VR and he's training with Josh's quarterback coach or
Yep.
whatever. I think.
So and it worked for Josh. I mean, we'll see, man. Because
That's what
Anthony is
Jane
not.
Daniels used. He used VR. Jane
Yeah,
Daniels used
But
VR.
but
it's not that they not. It's not that Anthony don't have the arm strength and the physical tools. It's just
He
the man is
definitely
not
got arm
accurate.
strength. You
He
saw
ain't
that
accurate.
ball he
he
launched
not accurate. He not
to
accurate, and
Alec Pierce the second week of the season.
he not
That ball
accurate,
was
and
a
I feel
rock.
like yeah,
He
I
don't
feel like
protect himself.
he don't protect himself, and I feel like at times his ass ain't where it need to be at times.
Oh yeah. No, but
Oh
I
yeah,
think
But
no.
that's from a young
That part of
quarterback.
that is
Like
footwork though too. Part
yeah,
of that is his footwork was
yep,
not good last year.
very true.
Part of that was his footwork. Like he would just drop back and just run backwards and try to throw the ball. I'm like, bro, do you have any sort of footwork?
none.
But see,
Like, what are
but
you doing?
that's what make all of this so funny because I think I've been on a record saying this. I feel like Loveland is going to be able to show his talent more than Warren is his first year because Warren got to deal with the
Bro, he
quarterback,
don't even
the
Warren
constant
probably don't even
quarterback
know who his
situation,
quarterback is,
the
bro.
constant quarterback switching situation. That to me,
Bro, for all we
that's
know, the
tough.
Colts could end up using Riley Leonard at some point in the season.
Golly, don't say that.
No,
Bro.
so terrible. Oh my.
They, they,
I don't know who's worse, the Colts quarterback room or the Saints quarterback room.
Yo, what?
I don't know
but
what, bro. The Saints quarterback room is terrible.
they another team too. I mean, Nicky Loomis should have been fired. I think he their GM.
But I mean, for real, bro. Yeah,
They
he
don't.
He
is.
should
He
have
did.
been fired.
I
You
thought
know.
he was the owner. Who's the owner?
I think he was the
Well,
owner.
Miss Benson's the owner.
Oh
Jim,
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Jim
right.
yeah,
Cruz
yep,
is the
yep.
GM. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
He should have
Yeah,
been fired.
Loomis should have been fired.
yeah.
But if
He
you
should
really
have.
think about it, they Saints fans was even mad when they got rid of Rochard. They was mad about that.
Bro,
They were
The
literally
Saints,
mad about
I
these
that.
don't know
these
what the Saints
dudes,
are doing.
these dudes. So congratulations. First of all, congratulations, Derek Carr.
Yeah,
I know
for
that
sure.
career
Yeah,
didn't. Your career didn't end the way you did it, but you was an upstanding player. You an upstanding man.
Hmm.
You're gonna
yep.
have a great career afterwards. I'm sure of that. You're a good family man, all that. So congratulations to him. And I'm sorry your career had to end this way, but hey, it
Yep.
is what it is. God got something else for you. So there it
Amen to
is.
Yeah.
that.
But the Saints, what in the world are y'all doing?
Huh.
Y'all trying to tell me Tyler Shaw, or did I say his name right?
Tyler Shuck.
Tyler Charlie Shuck.
Tyler
Shuck.
Shuck. Okay, Tyler Shuck. Excuse me. Y'all tell that he's the best quarterback y'all can get at that time?
Bro, they passed on
No
Shador
way.
and Jackson Dart
I
What?
mean,
for
even
Tyler
if
for
Come
Tyler
on,
Shuck,
man.
bro. I'm
Seriously?
laughing. I
Tyler
would have
Shuck?
took it
Come
better
on,
if
dog.
you waited. I would have took it better if you waited and took Jalen Milrow in the third round.
I
Y'all
would have been
took
okay with
Tyler
that.
Shuck, bro.
I don't understand this.
I don't
It's
get it,
like
bro.
teams do it
What the
every
freaking?
year. You'll have a guy that shows out at the draft combine at the quarterback position, and he gets drafted higher. And it's like
He wasn't even
most of,
that good at the combine. I was there. He
but
wasn't even good
but
at
I
the
don't understand
combine.
why the teams keep doing this. Like, what quarterback that wasn't already going to be
To
drafted
be
high?
honest, most of the quarterbacks didn't do that well. The best one was Jackson Dart, and he didn't look that great.
Insane, man. Insane. I don't get these people.
Bro, why you on two screens?
Yeah, my whatever reason my laptop was. I tried to update it last night, and then so I just closed my laptop, and then when I get up, ironically enough, a few minutes ago, to me it decided to freaking update. So I
Reboot.
don't know. This stuff.
Yep. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Yeah, I don't. Hey, good luck to the Saints, man. Y'all
I
are
don't know
in
what the Saints are doing.
good luck. Your quarterback room is
I don't know what the Saints are doing.
terrible.
Oh
I'm just saying,
God.
terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Saints fans. Y'all, Mickey Loomis got to go, man. There's no
Yeah,
way.
dude, bro.
Mickey
Like you
Loomis.
said, you could have got Jackson Dart.
That's what I'm saying. You could have traded down a few spots and got Jackson Dart in the teams.
I don't think that
Like,
boy ready to play yet, though, y'all.
Who?
like
Ole Miss didn't really have. Ole Miss, like, I
But
don't
he
know.
better than my man,
he's
though.
He
better
better than
than
Chuck,
Tyler
though. He
Shuck,
better than
though.
Chuck. He
He
better
better
than
Yeah,
than Shuck.
he better than him. They have
And
no quarterback
they
starting the
had the
season right now.
opportunity to take Jackson Dart. They could have traded down and taken Jackson Dart. They took Tyler Shuck, bro. Like I was too.
Chuck is QB1 right now.
He
Yeah,
26.
he'll be
Hey,
26 in September.
he might actually be like that, like Valus. Come on now.
No,
At 26,
Hey, I think Valus like wait, isn't Valus like 26, 27? Like what
I think he'll be 27 this year
Oh my god.
if he isn't already,
I hated
Mm.
the pick then. I hate it now.
bro.
man,
Bro,
down.
what year is
He
this
down
for
there with the
Valus?
Saints now.
Isn't this his fourth year?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that he's with the Saints though, ain't he?
Yeah, he with
Ain't
the
he with the
Saints.
Saints?
Can I ask
They
y'all
got him
something?
listed at running back, I think.
What
Dog, they got him listed at RB.
check this
I
out,
think
y'all?
so.
What
think
pick
so.
does
Let me check.
what pick in Ryan Poles since he been with the GM with the Bears? Out of all his third round picks, I found it ironic that none of them have like
You
even
said third round picks?
even Karan, not even Karan. We gonna leave him out because
Oh,
he
they
could
got
actually
Myers.
beat a death piece. But other than that, none of his third round picks have really hit. Like
Wasn't what round was Tyreek?
Tyreek was in the second.
What about Brisker?
Brisker was in the second.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I know Gervon was second round.
Pickens, third round.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
Pickens.
third round.
Pickens, bro. Pickens about to not make the roster. Wasn't Tyler Scott third round?
Fourth round.
Fourth, either he ain't making the roster either.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like third and fourth round with him, it's been like
Except Torrey Taylor, but
They did Tyler Scott so good.
yeah, Tory Taylor. Yeah.
they did Tyler. Yeah, they did,
They've
bro.
done Tyler
Like they
Scott
didn't
so
even
great.
give Tyler Scott a
But they
chance,
said
bro.
he
That
wasn't.
man
he
ain't had a
wasn't-
chance, bro.
And
They
the
were-
crazy thing is, I remember the first few days of training camp, he actually had a really good connection with Caleb Williams. I was surprised they didn't try to exploit that during the
That
regular
man ain't
season.
had it. That man ain't had a chance, bro.
That they were saying he didn't do really good. Like allegedly, he didn't do good with the playbook. Like I don't know,
Nah.
but it's kind of hard to do good when you constantly flipping playbooks. So like,
Nah, I heard that, and then somebody came out and said that was false. I forget who said.
oh
That.
okay,
Yeah.
Somebody said that was false. I don't remember. I remember that during the season. Somebody that's well respected said no, that's BS.
okay.
I can't remember who it was, but they disputed that. Like
Yeah.
hell no. I don't even know where that came from.
I
It
don't
just they didn't use them, man.
They
Right,
that's
they
what I'm
just
saying.
didn't use him.
They didn't use them,
know
man.
that man.
But you know that happens to a lot of people, man. Y'all
Because
know this.
think about it, they after they drafted, or I mean, before they drafted Rome, they went out and got Keenan Allen,
Mm-hmm.
and then they drafted Rome. So it just kept pushing them down the depth chart. And now, when you sign Olamide Zaccheaus and Devin Duvernay's more of a special teamer, but you draft Luther Burton, you're pushing Tyler Scott down even more.
Yep.
Like,
He just didn't get a shot. I'm not gonna sit here and say
yeah,
that. He just didn't
that's
play
what I'm
good.
saying. He didn't get a shot.
That's what we saying. He ain't get no shot. That's what I'm saying. They've done him bogus. He ain't got a shot. He hasn't got a real chance at all. They keep pushing this man, and it's like
They keep pushing him down the
That's to
depth
make it
chart.
even worse. They used a fourth round pick on a receiver that they don't even use. Like,
Right, yeah.
I mean, look at Roshan. Roshan, he's not bad, but that I don't think he's gonna be with the team. Like, that's another fourth round pick that they had. Like,
nah,
it's
he
just
gonna get a chance. I think.
Yeah,
he
he
gonna get a
gonna get a
chance.
chance.
But I don't know if he's gonna be on the squad like once he done. That's my issue. Like,
I think he'll get a chance. and this is why I think he's gonna get a chance because I think he'll be the one that plays like the enemy. If you saw that, we
Yeah,
all saw the video.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
The enemy is not playing no games,
No, he's not.
yeah.
none whatsoever. And I think that Roshan fits that bill what he how he wants his guys to do. So I think Roshan will get opportunities. You know what I'm saying? I just
Right.
think he didn't before. I think that honestly, and me and Elise talked about this during. They didn't know what they want to do. The only thing they knew they wanted to do was showcase Caleb, and it was obvious to start the season. They didn't know what else they wanted to do. It was you could tell there was a lot of disorganization, and there wasn't a clear direction except for hey, we're gonna show off Caleb. In my opinion, I could be wrong, could be right. I don't know, but I just felt like they didn't. Everybody else was just there. That's why I feel
Right.
like people's numbers suffered because they suffer at the behest of, hey, we got to show off our new toy. Well,
Because if you think about it, they didn't start using Roshan until the end of the season, and when they did use him, he was only in at the goal line.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But see, that's the issue.
He was only in at goal line situations. So I can't really sit here and say like Roshan's been bad when they haven't used him properly.
But that's the issue. When you have had years and years of neglecting the offensive line, I mean, you that's what you that's what you're gonna get. And you got the guy over here drafting guys that's playing like himself. I mean,
I
shoot.
mean, when I heard Tom Thayer, and I was listening to the radio, I think it was the game. I forget what game. I know they were at home, and he literally said, "If they don't go to commit right here, I'm gonna have to start looking at things
Huh.
differently." And the next 2 plays later, who scored a touchdown? Commit. He's like, okay, good. And I was just like, that right there is telling like this man, Tom Thayer, if y'all listen to the radio broadcast, he is about the most neutral person
Yep.
that's out here. He don't have no favorites. Yes, he likes guys, but he's
Yep.
not one way or the other. He straight down the middle. But he was like, Caleb needs to use commit. This is ridiculous. Basically, like
Yeah, Tom
I'm
Thayer.
tired of him not using him. And he's like, if
Tom
you don't use him here, I'm gonna have a problem.
Tom Thayer, he watched tape, and
Yes.
he was really critical of
You can
Eberflus,
tell.
really critical of Eberflus. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
know,
when you got him saying it, when he's in that building, like
yes.
I knew Eberflus was like that man was cooked. He didn't
I
get
mean, he
Oh,
fired.
literally,
Eberflus was cooked from the end of 2023. They should have fired him last year,
yeah,
but
they should have.
Yeah, but
before the
your boy
season,
did.
they should have fired him before the season last year, and they ain't do it.
He
That
wanted
was
to,
another reason that I had no optimism for the season. I'm like, they kept Eberflus. He wasn't good last year.
but
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's hard for me to for me to know if this team truly got better because we spent a lot of those top picks on weapons.
We
I mean,
literally wasted a year
I
of
don't know.
development on Caleb Williams
I'm be honest with you,
because
man.
of the circus show
Yeah.
of last year.
If you want to know, I would say listen to Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer, like on they do a weekly show. I think it's Wednesday. Maybe it might be a different day. They'll tell you the truth, man. They will tell you the truth. I've listened to it a couple of times, and everything they saying is facts. They don't be sugarcoating. They don't be glazing Caleb Pauls. You know what I'm saying? None of that. He need to do this. They need to do that. Blah blah blah. It's like it's straight football. It's straight football 1-on-1. Ain't no
Yeah,
uh Rome looks amazing. Yeah, he likes Rome, but he like no Rome needs to do that. He needs to block better.
yeah.
Blah blah blah. So that's why I like listening to them sometimes. Cause like they with the real. They ain't just oh my god this guy is so no.
Right.
I agree. Somebody told me because it was somebody that somebody went on like they went to the Cowboys game with the Bears and they like actually traveled with the organization and they were saying how like Jeff Joniak like obviously he know what he's talking about with football but like he's very like standoffish and actually in person like he don't really interact with a lot of fans which is it is what it is you can take that how you want to
But I mean,
but he know
think
what he's
about it.
talking about though for football.
But think about it, like right.
Yeah.
If you was in, let's just say Elise, right? You and Elise was calling games, right? They
Yeah.
would say the same thing about y'all. You know why? Because y'all ain't just sitting there talking. You're just like, oh my God, this guy. No, y'all actually speaking facts. Y'all talking about what is actually going on. You say, hey, his pad level's too high, whatever it is, y'all don't talk. You're not just overlooking obvious deficiencies, right? So
Mm-hmm.
fans don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. So yeah, you might see standouts, but it's like, why would I want to talk to all these fans when I just got here a bunch of delusion for the next 3 hours? I don't want all that. Hey, how you doing? I'm done. You know what? He ain't got time for that. He hears all this all the time. The man be on social media and stuff. He talks about it. But I get it. You It's the same thing year in year out with Bears fans. A bunch of delusion to start the season, and then it just gets ridiculous. So it's like I
And
want
then
to keep
when the
talking after
season
y'all anyway.
doesn't go as they had hoped, they're crashing out on the internet.
Correct.
They're
Correct.
crashing out, and I'll be like, "This is what happens." I'm like, "You do this to yourself every year. You hype up this team. They're not that good. They weren't that good during the season, but you find yourself saying, "Oh yeah, we're getting 13 wins. We're getting 12 wins." I'll be like, "I see 6 or 7, maybe 8, 9 on a good day, and that's a success for me.
At
Baby
best, man.
steps."
At best, and I'm just being generous. They probably about a 9 or 7 win team.
That's what
10.
I'm
That's
saying.
that's generous. Yeah.
That's
I'll
the
give them.
point.
I'll give them 9 on a good day. On a good day, I'll give them 9, but I'm not giving them more than that.
Nah.
They
You
have to
should give it.
prove that to me.
Yeah, I'm not.
You
I don't
know,
know.
like and I don't think people realize this, but the offensive line has never played together. That's number one, right? There's a lot of new parts, so they got to get used to playing with each other. Got to get to used to hearing different voices across from them, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's going to take a couple weeks for them to gel. We don't know how the relationship between Ben and Caleb are going to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know Ben's coaching style yet. Not like
Exactly.
that. We don't know if he's going to be aggressive or not, or what he's going to do, right? That
But I'm
that will be determined throughout the season. So I just think there's a lot of factors that are in play here that make me think, well, if they could get 8 wins out of the season, that's a success for them,
one
right?
thing. Yeah.
For a team that's trying to establish a culture, build an identity, and has a bunch of new faces, 8 wins is that's a good season for them. That's
But
success.
one thing I will say is that I'm not. I don't know if he gonna be like how good he gonna be as a coach, but I think that he gonna know what he want to do. Like you're not gonna be put in a situation where we like, let's say for an example, it's 3rd down and 3, and then let's say we get negative yards. He knows if like I feel like he's gonna know if we're gonna go for it or not.
Oh yeah,
Compared to
Right, exactly. If we
the
run the
season
ball
and
on third
negative.
and 3 and we pick up a yard or two, yeah, we're definitely going for it.
yeah. No, it's not gonna be a mystery. It's not gonna be like we did with Flus. We didn't know what this man. We know this man was
Right.
coming or going. He ain't. We. I agree with y'all on that. We ain't seen him coach, but we know that he ain't gonna be
Right. We
wishy
know
washy.
we know he's gonna know what he wants to do by that point.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I will be paying attention to the relationship between Ben and Caleb because I think
Mm-hmm.
that'll be the most
Yeah.
important relationship um, for this team to have any kind of success. How are Ben and Caleb going to interact with each other? I think that's going to be very important in all of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, can Dahlman and Caleb get on the same page quick enough, right? Because
Yes.
that's a new center for Caleb, and so you know that's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
How Drew Dahlman snaps the ball to Caleb will be different for him after being in Atlanta. Because he even admitted he had to snap different because Penix is left-handed. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it'll definitely
Yeah.
be
It's
interesting.
different, man.
Those
It's
guys
different.
just better be working. That's the man.
But
They better be working.
luckily for Caleb, he worked with a left-handed center, so he shouldn't have any issues there.
And then Caleb's got to. And then they already said it. He gonna be on the center a lot.
Right,
So
he's gonna have to work on being under center. That's something he struggled with last year. He was okay at it. I didn't think he was terrible at it, but he wasn't great at it either. And so I
mm-hmm.
think that's something he can work on because that's what this offense is. A lot of it is under center. Like it's very much under center, play action, all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
because that's what throws the defense off, right? Is
Yeah.
they're not gonna know if you're running or passing if you're under center
Right.
like that.
But it's important to
That's why
have.
the Packers have success.
It's important, when you have somebody who's new like that that's under center. It's
Mm-hmm.
important to be able to have a run game
Yeah.
so that
Yeah,
you keep teams balanced. I feel
keep
like
teams
last
honest.
year we did not have a run game and we couldn't keep any team balanced. That's part of the reason why we couldn't freaking run that stuff.
Well, I mean, call it. Say what you want about Jordan Love, right?
Yeah.
We all have our thoughts about Jordan Love.
Right.
We have our thoughts about the Packers. Josh Jacobs carried them.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah.
He carried them.
Yeah.
Without him, they are not the same team. So
No.
he allowed them to take chances. He also allowed them to slow the game down
Yep.
because
Open
they
up
knew
the pass game.
yeah, yeah, he opened a pass game. So having that was a big deal for them. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with the Eagles. We all see what Saquon did for them. Obviously, they won the title. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We see what happened when Pacheco was healthy with the Chiefs.
I
I
mean, heck,
it's
we saw it in Detroit, right? And they
yes.
got two backs. They got Gibbs and Monty, and we saw how much those two running the football helped open up the pass game.
We saw how their offense changed a little bit when Monty got hurt,
Yep.
right? And
Hmm.
so yes, Monty was able to come back, but he wasn't himself. He hadn't had
He
enough
wasn't
time.
100%. He wasn't
Yes, he had enough.
100%.
So they struggled against the Commanders. We saw it. But if Monty had, let's say, if Monty had an extra week or maybe 2 weeks, it'd been a different story. It'd have been, in my opinion. I'm not saying Washington don't still win that game. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it would have been a different story. It would have been different because they would have been able to do what they normally like to do. But because he was less than 100%, it had to change up. You know what I'm
But
saying? And
hey,
we,
hey,
But
this
that's what
goes
I'm saying.
something that y'all will like what I'm about to say next because this favors Cairo, right? I think I think bringing in the long snapper from Iowa will be a good thing. Why? Because he has chemistry with Tory Taylor, right? But
mm,
also, I went back and watched a lot of the field goals to Cairo. Some of it were bad snaps, and that was from
mm,
Scott Daly, who we brought back from last season, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if 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 you feel like that was your reason, then you should be pulling for Luke Elkin, the undrafted rookie, to win the long snapper job this year.
Well, I mean, if we looking at just numbers, right? He had a really probably I think he had a career year the year before with Patrick Scales, and then last year he was good, but his numbers were down because he didn't get as many attempts. But like you said, a lot of the field goals attempts or a good amount of them were bad snaps. Now we all know that Patrick Scales he ain't getting too many bad snaps. He may get
Mm-mm. He,
a
if
handful,
if anything,
maybe,
he was very consistent. Like even for when he was getting older, he still rarely had bad snaps.
rarely
Even
ever.
in even in the snow, the rain, like Patrick Scales, you could rely on to give you a good snap.
Yes, absolutely. So, and like you said, so if that's the case, then this guy, the undrafted guy that you just said, um, yeah, we should be rooting for him to do it because then he'll help shore up special teams. And I like the fact that they brought back Hightower. I felt like special teams, yes, they took a hit at parts of the season, but
Because
I didn't
people
feel like they
people
was the worst
blame
part
the
of the team.
blocking. People blame the blocking, and I get that. But going back and watching, some of it just wasn't blocking, right?
I mean,
Like even when they switched people around, some of it just wasn't the blocking. Like two of the blocks, like his blocked field goals, the first one against Green Bay, the snap wasn't even that good. Even
Mm,
though even though they should have called a penalty because they did run in like they like bull rush Scott
yeah.
Daly. Even though that should have been a penalty, I agree there, but the snap wasn't even that good anyway.
mm. See,
And
nobody
then
talks
the
about that.
second one against I think it was what, Minnesota,
Yeah,
Yep.
the snap was kind of high. So,
and that matters though.
yeah.
That matters because the snap's high, that throws the kicker off, or the snap is low, it kind
Cuz
of throws them off.
usually when a
You know?
kicker misses, it usually has something to do with the snap.
Yeah, the operation. It's the
The
operation.
operation because people were cuz I know people brought up Jake Moody struggling, but I went back and watched this. It's after Wishnowski got hurt that he started struggling.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
Wishnowski's the holder. He had a different holder after Wishnowski got hurt, and the
mm.
holder wasn't that. I forget who the holder was. Pat O'Donnell, I think it
Oh
was.
my goodness.
And Pat O'Donnell just wasn't a good holder because
To
the
be
snapper was the same. That was the same snapper they had the whole season. It was the holding that was messing them up. And you notice that with Evic McPherson when he missed that kick against the Ravens, the holder was like over there fumbling with the football. That you noticed that with Pat O'Donnell when he took over as the punter. So
What?
yeah, I think the operation is definitely very important. You need chemistry there, and I think Patrick Scales having chemistry with Cairo and the holders there was the big thing, right? Because his snaps are pretty good. Like
That man always got
Patrick
sprite.
Scales for a long snapper, he has some of the prettiest snaps I've seen. I'm not
Facts.
even like bias aside, like
No,
he
no,
was a
you
good
right.
snapper of the football.
It
He
took the
was legit.
Bears week 18 to realize that you had to put uh prior interior because he was a bigger guy, stronger
I
dude. It
mean,
took
yeah, that like I said, that was part of
that.
it, but I also think the snaps were an issue too. I'm not saying the blocking wasn't an issue. It definitely was at points throughout the season, but he didn't have an issue before the two blocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there were no blocking issues except when he got two blocked field goals. Because the rest of his field goals, a lot of them, even the ones he missed, it had nothing to do with the blocking. It usually was a bad snap.
And so again, that's like,
The blocking wasn't the problem. Like I know
and
people
one of
want
them,
to
like you
point to
said,
that. I know
yeah.
people want to point to that, but I'm like, he didn't have issues when he wasn't getting blocked. Like there was no blocking issues at all. Uh
I wonder. So I wonder.
Earlier in the season. So I don't think it
That's
was
interesting.
necessarily the people on the line. I don't think that was it.
Even though he got released, he had a bad season. I wonder, did the Ravens switch up who they had for Justin Tucker? Because that man was never that bad.
My
He was,
my
He was
brother
never.
said the holder wasn't that good, but the holder's their punter.
Oh
mm,
boy, that
And
was.
he's been with them for a couple years now. And Tucker still didn't have issues the year prior to that. And he was the holder for him the year prior to that.
okay. Maybe he just had a bad season. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing with older kickers. Once your leg gives out, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Like the decline's just a decline. I mean, look at what happened with Vinatieri, right? This a
yeah.
dude he never had issues like that, and then just one day, one season, his leg was just it was toast, man. It
He
was
never was the same. Yeah,
he was never the same, and it was like, dag, like this is the goat, right? Like this is in terms of kicking, this is the goat. And his
I would
leg,
still never
like
pick him in the
he
first.
turned like 40, I think it
you
was
said what?
42, and
Yeah,
that
he's
was it.
42, I
I
think.
would still never pick him in the first round. I think
Like,
that's goofy.
Ooh, Vinatieri.
Yeah, that man can be a Hall of Famer. I don't care.
did he go for? I don't think he went first
No,
round.
Who's the guy in the
Janikowski.
first round?
Janikowski went
Jan-
Yeah, I'm
first.
still not picking him.
Janikowski went first round. That's what I thought.
He's
Not doing
all he Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Janikowski. I'm not even gonna lie. He actually kind of lived up to it though, because he made the Hall
He
of
did.
Fame, didn't he?
He did.
it.
I think if he's not, he's gonna make it.
Right. If he's not in it,
It's
yeah, he'll be in there. So, like,
yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily to say that was a bad pick, especially if he's made when he gets into the Hall of Fame. First round pick getting in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what position you play. You pretty much lived up to your status, in my opinion. Like, I don't know.
So he
Like,
was eligible. He was eligible for the class of 2024. So
yeah,
he'll get in.
him
He'll,
and Vinatieri are gonna get in. They'll get in.
About Charles Tillman for once.
Yeah, they need to put Tillman in. Tillman's getting disrespected. It's crazy.
he is.
So
He
yeah,
is.
I wonder it. So that'll be interesting to see um the snapping um from Scott Daly compared to Luke
Mhm.
because that's how he. No one talks about this, but that's how he lost the battle with Hogan Hatton last year. Like, because he was battling with the rookie the Lions had brought in. They brought in Hogan Hacken. He's from like Iowa or whatever, right?
Boy,
And he beat him out straight up in camp. And so when
Dang.
the Bears signed him, I'm like, that's interesting because this is a guy who just lost his job to an undrafted rookie. So I think bringing in Luke Elkin will be interesting to see how that plays out. I think it could absolutely go the same way where the rookie beats out Scott Daly. It wouldn't
Mm.
surprise me because he lost his job last year to an undrafted rookie because of the same thing. Like if you look at Hogan Hatton and how he snaps, his snaps are pretty perfect.
Yeah.
He had one bad snap the whole year. one bad snap the whole year for a rookie that's never snapped before in the NFL. Yeah, bro, that's insane. So that'll be one to watch to see how Cairo does when they switch snappers. Like if they one rotation it's Scott Daly and then the second rotation it's like Luke Elkin to see how that goes. Like is his accuracy better with Elkin or is it better with Scott Daly? I think that'll be the interesting part because his numbers dipped a lot. Like it's not like he dropped from like 90 to like 89 or 88. He dropped from like 91 to 84. So that's like a 7% difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it we knowing that we had a new snapper, we didn't have a new holder. Or yeah, we did, right? Tori's the rookie this year. So yeah, I mean you had a new holder, but Tori didn't have holding problems. I watched him pretty closely. He was fine. But Scott Daly changing positions. I mean Scott Daly snapping kind of threw things off because when Cole came in, what was that, London?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, when he came in for London, they didn't have a problem at all. And that man hadn't snapped since Notre Dame. Like,
Mm.
that man hadn't been a snapper since Notre Dame. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that to me will be the interesting one, is watching the long snapping competition. Although Jonathan Kim sounds like he was looking pretty good in camp, so or in mini camp, so we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Just better not miss a kick, buddy.
It's looking pretty good in minicamp, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean we gonna see, man. We're gonna
We
You
gonna
see, man.
see. I think it's good. I think it's good for both. Because if Cairo, it'll push Cairo, right? And that's what you want. You want the best version of
Gary
Cairo.
football.
he gonna feel the weight of
Name
them
is
pads on the shoulder. Then it's gonna be a
He
little
wore
tough.
pads in college.
But these NFL pads gonna be a lot heavier.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, but well, I'm not gonna put in with your name, but he's saying in the comments, he's saying Cairo problem is distance. He catch you out at 52 to 55 yards. Uh,
These Cairo
it's
haters.
it's an issue. So, and I'm gonna answer this
I
question.
mean, yeah,
No,
it's
this is not a new show. We've been on for over a year now. But
yeah. We're not a new show, but
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
thanks for
Justin
watching
Fields.
though, Corn Fed. Thanks for
This
watching.
man got
I don't
Justin
think it's.
Fields muscles.
I mean, distance. Yeah, that's part of it. He doesn't have the strongest leg, but looking back on his seasons with Chicago, he was pretty consistent for the most part.
he's
When
accurate
Patrick
as heck.
Scales
Yeah.
was the long snapper, right? Even with his distant issues. Like this year, his distance issues didn't go away, but the snapper was different.
Let's just say this, man. We went back and forth, but like at least it's being serious. But he was 8 or 9 for 50 plus. So whether he
Yeah,
can
with
kick a
along of that
58,
being like 54, but yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, you look at who was it? Somebody else, and they were like 3 for 8 or something ridiculous. Like it's like can he kick 60 yarders? Probably not.
No. Yeah.
But
He can't kick a 58 yarder.
if he's 8 for 9 between 50 and 55 yards,
We'll take it.
I'm good. And now how many times it ain't a lot of people out here kicking. Like I get it, you would like for him to kick us between 55 and 60 yards, but it's not like a lot of teams are going for consistently 56, 57, 58
But
yard field
also,
goals.
here's
He
the
never
thing,
seen that
right?
before, so he never
The,
had to kick from that far, except for the
he
Steelers
he
game.
has tried it from farther out. I've watched his career tape. He's tried it from like 56, 57. He's just missed them all. He's just never made them. But the thing with Detroit is they didn't go for it a lot. I think Jake Bates only kicked 29 field goals,
Uh-oh.
right?
Yeah,
And
that was my thing. That's what I was saying. Like
and he hit. I think he was 6 of 8 from
something like
50
that.
plus with a
Yeah,
long of 58,
yeah.
right? So yeah, I mean, they didn't kick, but Detroit usually goes for it a lot. That's another thing. They usually go for it a lot instead of kicking it like that. So you can get by with a kicker like Cairo if you're a team that goes for it often, right?
And we don't know
But
how much influence Flus had on a lot of these decisions. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? We're sitting there putting it. Some people are putting it all on Cairo, Well, what about Flus? We saw how non-aggressive he was on everything. So are we
That's
gonna,
true.
you know what I'm saying? Like I think we just gotta. Yes, does Cairo need to kick longer? It would be a great in a perfect world. Yes, we would love him to kick a 60-yard field goal. But if the coach isn't aggressive, do we
Because
expect him to
I
put a
do
kicker out
I
there?
do worry that like if we did have a game where it comes down to he has to kick a 58 yarder to win it, I would not necessarily be enthusiastic about that. I'd probably be holding my breath, it being
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I just hope it doesn't have to ever get to that kind of situation. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah. 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 For sure.
So
I think we just gotta. But then again, that'll tell us a lot of who Ben is as a head coach. Because if he say if it's a 58 yarder and he run Kyra out there, that means hey, Kyra, get out there and do your job. You know what I'm saying? Do your job. I trust you. And I'd rather him do that than do what Flus did. Don't want to call no timeouts. Don't know what to do. Yeah, you can not trust Cairo 100%. My man, if you got a chance to win the game, call the timeout and kick the field goal. If he miss, he miss. It is what it is. But don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be wishy washy. Then you mess around and mess with the clock management.
I mean,
So,
yeah, I feel that part, but I also, I mean, I feel like they're there in practice, right? Like they kick like different kicks in practice. They probably start, they do like probably 20, 25, 30, 35, and they keep going back until they miss, right? So I would assume that once they get past 55, they see it in practice that hey, he's probably not going to hit that 9 times out of 10. So we're just not going to put him out there in that kind of situation because that doesn't put Cairo in a position to succeed either. If you just trot him out there
but they,
at
but,
that situation.
but both games, if we look at both games, they lost in Detroit, right?
Hmm.
I remember distinctly in the broadcast they was talking about he was hitting from well past like 60 in the dome. Like it wasn't an issue. So, and I don't know. You were at the games. I don't know if you saw him in the warm ups. I don't know, but they commented that he was kicking them
He
free.
okay, so in he was kicking them, but they were like like they were like this, like they
Yeah.
barely like one. A lot of them had to hit the crossbar and bounce in.
Mm-hmm.
Like they weren't
Right.
like straight down the middle, easy, made it look like effortless, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like barely like the
Barely
crossbar
making.
was the reason it went in.
Right.
And I think that's where the hesitation comes in because if it misses the crossbar, then you just miss completely, and the guy in the end zone can just grab the ball and start running. So
Mm-hmm.
I think if he can hit him more through the net without hitting the crossbar, then I think they'd trust him more. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because, like I said, sometimes the crossbar will help you out, and sometimes it won't,
It won't. That's
depending
right.
on the angle of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But he's never had that strong of a leg. That's not his issue. I think the issue was
Ooh.
last year was the block kicks. I think got a little more. I think they got over analyzed than probably they should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I think people were more upset about it than they probably should have been
Mm-hmm.
because that's when you started hearing, well, it's the blocking, and I looked back and I was like, no, because they had the same blocking patterns before and they didn't have problems. So I started looking at Scott Daly. I'm like, okay, well, let me look at the long snapper and see how his snaps are because he had that unit at the beginning of the season for field goals and he was doing just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he was still 8 and 9, right? So that's why I'm like, I don't think it was necessarily blocking. So I went. That's why I went back and I was like, it's probably Scott Daly if I had to guess because his snaps are a little inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was when before they moved everyone, I was like, nah, they're blocking fine. The unit's blocking fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not their issue. Like that wasn't their issue. I don't think the blocking part was their issue. Did it help? Yeah, it helped. I'm not saying it didn't, but I don't think that was the reason for the blocks and the misses.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. So we'll see, man.
We'll
We'll
see.
see what's
Like I
going
said, that'll
forward.
be one to watch in camp. Um, Cairo is under contract through 2027, so To me, he'd have to completely bomb, like literally be just straight terrible and forget how to kick to lose the
Mm-hmm.
job, in my opinion.
Now's the
But
time to start finding some new kickers. Start,
but
start, start getting
hey,
ready.
hey, Dominic Zavada comes out next year, so fine by me if we if we roll with Cairo for another year. If we
Yeah.
get Dominic Zavada, I will be a happy person, and Julius knows that.
Yep.
Like, hey, if I got to sit through another year of Cairo and I get Dominic
Mm-hmm.
Zavada in the end, I will be a happy person. I will not complain. Believe me, I will not. So, hey,
Yep.
that man is goaded, and they say he's kicking 60+ yarders in Ann Arbor right now.
I
I
Yep.
don't
said,
know.
don't let it happen, bro.
I don't know how far the Georgia kicker kick, but he be. I
Oh,
think.
he's nice too. I like him too. Woodring, Peyton
Yeah,
Woodring. I like him too. That's what I said. And next year's a good kicker class too. So if we waited a year, I wouldn't be necessarily mad at that at all. I'm not gonna lie, because I like him. I like Woodring from Georgia. I like the Georgia
Mm-hmm.
kicker. I like the I like the. I think he's from Colorado.
Colorado.
Tech. He's nice.
You like the kick
Uh,
from Colorado?
what?
You like the kicker from Colorado?
The one that transferred. He's like a
I was gonna
transfer.
say not the one that was with when
No,
Caleb. That dude was bad.
not
Hold on, I'll be
modern.
right back.
They got this
Uh,
transfer and he kicked like I think it was 59 yards at the spring game. He's nice. I'm like, ooh, where'd they get him? So I had to he's nice. I like him. I also like the kicker from dang, what's that school? I can see his face.
um,
Dang it.
I
It'll
think
come to me. It'll come to me.
I'm trying to think who else got good kickers. I don't know. I know the kicker that Texas had. He was terrible. That he
Oh
ended up.
yeah, he transferred to Miami.
He
Good
was
for him. Ugh, he was. I never liked that dude, Bird Auburn. He was
Aubrey. Yeah,
terrible.
he was freaking.
He was straight terrible. He was not. He was not. The kicker from UCLA is actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
He's actually pretty decent. He has a nice leg. There's some good kickers coming out next year. I don't know if the Illinois kicker will come out next year, but I liked his tape last year for someone who kicked for 1 year. So I don't know if he'll come out next year, but he's pretty decent. There's some decent kickers. So if the Bears decided to wait a year, I wouldn't hate it. Like my top two for sure though are Zavada and the dude from Georgia.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah.
He's nice. I didn't know. I didn't realize his leg was
You know,
that
you talking about
strong until I watched him in the playoffs this year. I was like, "Dang."
you talking about?
The Georgia kicker,
Yeah, I seen a video of him. He had the kick on like I guess this is like
the goalpost.
the
Yeah,
goalpost. Yeah, it was turned over this way, and he was standing straight from the goalpost and kicked it, and the ball turned and it went. I was like, what the heck?
yeah, yeah.
I was like,
He's
he
because
actually,
he's gonna be what, a senior this year.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I like him too. There's some decent kickers.
So
Decent.
we will see. Yeah. So let's see. Going forward, so the Bears just did their rookie minicamp. So
Yep.
then the OTAs is May 20th through 22nd,
Okay.
May 27th through 30th, and June 9th through 11th. And then they got mandatory minicamp June 3rd through the 5th. So,
June 3rd through the 5th is mandatory minicamp.
yep.
So that's when
And
everybody joins, right?
uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
thought
the rookies
Yeah.
join for I
Yeah,
think
that's everybody.
mandatory minicamp.
Yeah.
okay,
They can come, OTA, they can if they want to. People gotta
yeah,
but
Yeah,
yeah,
the
so
OTAs is voluntary. Just putting that out there.
well
You
most
don't
of the rookies will
have
be
to
there.
go. But I'm from the pictures they've shown, it seems like over half the people are there. So not even really worried about that in terms
So
of like attendance and stuff like that. It seems like they've had a pretty good turnout.
so before we go, I don't know if y'all saw this. Well, some of y'all tweeted about it already. Oh, did it come up yet? The GOAT is back, baby.
The GOAT, yo, the GOAT
Back.
is here, bro.
He is back. The
He
man is
is a
going.
special contributor for the NBA on NBC. This is gonna be insane, bro.
Wow.
This is
So
gonna be
hopefully you get
insane,
the first overall pick this year. That goes down the number.
bro. The Bulls better get number one tonight, or I'm gonna be
Okay.
so
To me,
sad.
how could it not be the Bulls? I'm not. You cannot send him to Charlotte.
Right, you announce this kind of news and it isn't the Bulls, I'd be so crazy.
Bro.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. This playoffs has been. I don't know. This playoffs has been weird. I would say. I don't know, man. I have no idea who's gonna win it because it's all over the place.
Yeah,
All over the
it's
place.
been weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened to the Cavs. The Cavs,
They
bro.
got destroyed.
They
I don't
getting
know
the
what
hell
happened to the
beat.
Cavs, bro.
No.
They got they butts whooped.
The crazy
Nah,
thing
you
is,
know what?
I like it because they was talking so much trash.
I like it
my
too
boys.
because they
I
tried
don't
to
care.
to blame JB Bickerstaff for why they couldn't get over the hump. I'm like, all right,
Nope. I
They
love
getting
it.
freaking Halliburton right now.
bro,
Yeah,
Tyrese,
Halliburton's killing
bro.
it.
The crazy thing is, I just looked back at that draft when I was talking to my dad. We
There's,
could have
I mean,
had
the Bulls could have
Halliburton.
drafted him. Yeah.
We took Patrick Williams.
Could have had Halliburton. Yeah.
Bro, I'm so mad about that, bro. We could have had Tyrese Halliburton. We took Patrick Williams.
I like Halliburton. Oh well,
Patrick
I'll say it.
Williams? Are you serious? This is who
I res-
we took a bench warmer with a top 4 pick.
I like Halliburton's game, but I don't like all the antics he be having.
No.
Hey, I applaud him for banning his dad.
Yeah, he gets props for that, but I don't like all the antics he be doing, man.
Hey, his antics are funny though. I'm not even fit to pretend. Them antics is funny.
I'm not.
He would have fit in with Chicago really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I ain't with all that.
I
But
like
them
that
antics-
the
them
Cavs
antics
are
are
losing because
crazy.
Max Strus gets on my nerves. I don't care if he's a Bears fan or not. He gets on my nerves.
Max Strus,
Yeah, he gets on my nerves. I don't care if he's
you
a
know
Bears
what, man?
fan or
I
not.
don't even understand what happened to Max, man. Like he was with he was cool. But this dude in turns to a straight a-hole.
That's what I'm saying.
He became a straight a-hole. I'm like, what the heck?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't
That's
care if
what
he's
it
a
is.
Bears fan or not. I don't like Max Strus. He gets on my nerves.
When you winning, you
What's
act
up?
different sometimes.
He switched up, man. Like, what's this dude? Yeah, yep. He finna be winning at home. He finna go home too.
Send that boy to
Cancun on 3, yeah, dang.
Miles Garrett was there the other night. I was like, oh, Miles Garrett. I'm like, it's funny because I was laughing at Miles Garrett. I'm like, all you had to do was put all them zeros in front of his face, and he sure hurried back, didn't he?
And man, folded like some paper.
I'm like, he he put out this whole official letter and signature and everything just for him to go back after they put all them zeros in front of his
I don't
face.
mind that. I did not want that man being traded because I feel like you would have went somewhere and I would have been mad.
And just tell you, man, people just, I mean, you know.
That's why I always
moments.
say money matters more to these people than winning. Those are just the facts. These people do not care. If you put enough zeros in front of their face, they're gonna sign on the dotted line.
Mm-hmm.
That's so facts, bro. Like, this man literally went back to Cleveland, and Cleveland don't even know who their starting quarterback's gonna be at week 1.
You can tell a lot of guys. You can tell a lot of athletes. I'm gonna say you can tell if they're really about winning. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
And I give you a perfect example, right? Everybody like Giannis. Everybody's talking about where Giannis might end up. When have you ever heard Giannis say something about money? If he said anything, he's like, I just want to be fairly compensated. And that's it. All he's ever talked about is winning. He wants a competitive team around him. He wants to win. He don't care. He ain't never said nothing about money. Not one time. I mean, he said it a couple of times, but it was more like, hey, I want to get what's fair. He never came out, I need a new contract. None of that. I want new teammates. I need a good team around me. That's what he said. So that is, he's all about winning. But then you have other guys. They flash that money in your face. Oh, I'm out of here.
Like, think of Mahomes, right? Think of Mahomes. Mahomes don't care. He don't care about the money at all. He'd rather have a competitive team around him than get paid. Tell you that right now. Like,
Giannis don't care about the money because Giannis was brought up and raised to think that money isn't everything.
Exactly.
Nigerian, so I know that because.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
You had yes. We are. Yep, we've had this conversation. Exactly. I mean, but it's funny because Like that's one of my issues I've always had with LeBron.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get paid the most money out of anybody,
Right.
especially who you are. So why did you always have to be the highest paid player on the team, my man? Your endorsements alone was sometimes higher than your actual NBA salary. So why did
Exactly.
you have to be the highest paid player on the team?
So with those super teams he didn't build, he didn't take a pay cut or nothing.
Hell
No.
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 He was the highest paid player on every team he's been on
Like
every year.
if you notice with the Lakers, his 1 year deals be like 55 million fully guaranteed, and then he has a player option the next year.
Let me tell
So
you
he
something.
gets all his money in 1 year, and then he'll decide if he wants to play or not with the Lakers. And if he says, "Yeah, I want to play with the Lakers," guess what? They'll sign him to a 60 million fully guaranteed 1 year deal with another
D
player option.
D Wade got the least amount of money when they joined in the Heat. Guess who got the most?
LeBron.
LeBron. Second most is Chris Bosh. D Wade took the heaviest pay cut.
Yes, he did.
Then LeBron goes to Cleveland. Guess who took less money? Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Less money.
Because Kevin
LeBron ain't
Love
taking
was
no.
about to get paid. This man was an all-star.
He went to LA. Who took less money? Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Guess what? They had a good team. They could have kept that team together. But they didn't want to pay Kuzma.
They could have.
Right, they didn't want to pay Kuzma.
They didn't want to keep Dwight Howard. They didn't want to pay him. So they let them boys go. LeBron still got his money. Where they been since then? They been close one time.
I don't know nothing about basketball, but was the Luka trade really worth it? I mean, they got younger from that perspective.
I think the Luka trade was more for the future.
Yeah.
I think it was more for the future. I don't think it was necessarily for this year per se. Like there were perks to it, but I think that more so was for the future.
You can't really.
It was necessarily this year.
First of all, we got it. So it's hard. Like I don't like the instant analysis, because if you do instant analysis, basketball wise, it was a better trade for Dallas.
Yeah.
And basketball fit wise, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Player wise, yes, Luka going to the Lakers benefits the Lakers more because he's going to bring in a lot more money than Anthony Davis and Kyrie in Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. But a better fit, if Dallas keeps that team together and Kyrie comes back healthy, they are a better team than the Lakers.
Yes, they are.
It's not even close. The Lakers got two superstars. They got two all NBA Hall of Famers. Well, LeBron's Hall of Fame. We'll see what happens with Luka. But yeah, they got the more supreme talent. But Kyrie and Anthony Davis is not that far behind them boys. And they have a lot more time with PJ Washington. They got what's my man's name? I can see his face. Marshall. They got Klay Thompson. They got a bunch of guys. They got Lively, and they had Gafford. Dallas got a lot of talent, man. They got a lot of talent. So we'll see what the all season does. Kyrie obviously ain't gonna come back to probably middle of the season if he does. But they got a team, man. Dallas got a team, bro. They got a real team, man. So I don't think we'll really be able. It's one of them things. It's like it's gonna take at least 2 or 3 years before we really know the ramifications of this trade. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody just knew the Lakers is going somewhere. Lakers in 5.
No, they not beating the Timberwolves. They not
beating that team. Excuse my language. They was in 5 going to Cancun, and then LeBron will come out. I'm not losing sleep that we lost in the first round with another superstar.
Then talking about did you see that tweet he put out talking about he couldn't go to the Met Gala because of his knee injury?
Yeah.
He suffered at the during the playoffs.
He got right back up. It looked like he was cool.
Mind y'all. Had they not lost, we wouldn't know nothing about this knee injury.
Right, we wouldn't know a thing about it.
If they win the championship, we ain't hearing nothing about LeBron. It's like middle of summer, then they're gonna be like, LeBron played through a sprained knee. Shut up. No, he didn't. Stop.
You know what they would have did? They would have gave him a couple of injections. He would have been out for a game or two, and he came back. Yeah,
like stop the cap, man, because like it's if you say he's old, then it's excuses. But then if you say he's still performing, then it's excuses. It's like, is the man old or is he not old? Like, come on, man. Y'all can't have it both ways. You can't. I'm just ready for the man to retire. please leave. I know you don't watch our show, LeBron, but please leave. Please. Just go. Thank you for your services. Please just retire, dog. I'm tired of seeing you. Let them young boys have a chance in the sun, in the sunlight.
Bro, and then he made them waste the roster spot on Bronny. Now, no shade to Bronny. I hope he I hope he develops into a good and great player. But for this year, really? Really?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Come on. You weren't trying to win. You weren't serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bronny was not NBA ready. Now, G League, sure, but
Mm-hmm.
NBA ready? Bro. And you would put this man out here just for people to
They,
laugh at him every time
oh,
he put up like 3 points, 2 points. And I'd be like, Dag, bro, like, why would y'all do that to this kid? Like, that's insane.
yep. But that's all right. So it is what it is. So it looks like, well, I think they what did I say? The mini camp.
Yeah,
Not
minicamp. The
they
schedule
just
will
had
be out Wednesday.
yeah. So we'll do a show next Wednesday. I mean, we'll do a show Monday, recap the schedule release, talk about what the Bears,
Maybe
what
we'll
the schedule
predict a
looks
little
like.
bit, have a little fun.
Because as of right now, they have the second hardest schedule, but we all know
Yes,
how
they
that
do.
changes. That'll change by week 6. It'll be different.
Yeah, well.
So I don't put too. I hate when they do that. We had the second hardest schedule. Well, that's going off of last year's numbers. We don't know. We'll
That
see.
goes off last year's win
Bro,
percentage of the teams they're playing. That's
Hmm.
all.
So we'll see what it ends up being actually. Because remember, the Bears had what is
Third
it, the fourth
easiest last year.
or something like that, and they ended up having the seventh hardest or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was like
Something
the
crazy.
third easiest at the beginning of the season, and then it ended up like the seventh hardest or something.
So hey, it changed that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see, man. We'll see.
yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all for anybody that's new. Hope you subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on Twitter, on X. Um, Elise
Like
and
the
Jay are
video.
more active than I am, but hey, that's all right.
Like the video.
Yeah, like the video. Yeah, man, just let people know, man. We just on here just talking football. We supposed to talk mini camp, which as y'all see, once we got to talk just football, you know, we went on a tangent. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
I
Hmm.
mean, minicamp basically they were in shorts like they were in shorts and
mhm,
t-shirts with helmets on. Like you can't really take too much away from minicamp
mhm.
in the sense, like you know what I mean. Like I did like seeing Eric Bieniemy get on the running backs behind,
Me
though.
too. I
I
love it.
enjoyed that. I thought that
I
was
love it.
great.
I was looking for
Like
that
you
video
need
out
that
there.
kind of oomph on your team. I enjoyed that. But in terms of like takeaways and things like that, I mean, it's t-shirts and shorts. Like you can't get too high or too low about it. Um, I mean, Burden got the wind knocked out of him the first day, but he came back the next day or the
Right.
second day, and he came back the last day. So it was nothing too serious on that front. Ozzy Trapilo, I mean, he looks fluid in his stances. The footwork looks nice. He's moving smooth. So you know,
We'll
for
see.
mini camp, it I would say it's a success. I don't see how you could really have losers in a sense. I mean, they're just doing basic drills. They might do a little bit of like one on ones, maybe a little 5-on-5s, but nothing crazy, crazy.
Mhm.
So,
And they just getting them used to the how the
right.
NFL
They're
works.
just getting them used to a routine, like getting
Yep.
up, going to practice, having classroom meetings, things like that. So,
Yep.
talking to the media, those types of things. So, it's
Being a
nothing really,
professional.
yeah, being a professional, basically. So, there's
Hmm.
nothing really to take from minicamp, especially for the Bears, because really, Austin Reed was there, and like he is who he is, right? He was the one really throwing the ball to them, so
Hmm.
because they needed a quarterback. But other than that, nah.
Right. Exactly. So
So
I
yeah,
don't know, man.
it's about as
It-
successful as I think minicamp can be. Everyone gets an A. Like
right. Yeah.
it's like the group project where the teacher. It's the end of the year, and the teacher's like, you know what?
Mhm.
Everyone gets an A.
Everybody gets an A.
So,
Yep. School's about to be out soon, so good
I
luck to
know,
all the
right?
parents with kids, including myself. Hope you're ready.
Man, Julius, you about to have a loud house.
Man,
Yes, I will. Yes. Yep.
Your house about to be
Hmm.
loud. Oh,
Yep.
better you than
Yep.
me.
Yes, it will be. But that's all right. I love him. That's my
Yeah.
boy. So, but yeah, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Hope y'all enjoy y'all week. Good luck to the Bulls tonight in the
yeah.
Number
draft
one
lottery.
pick. Number one pick. Number.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This
I
is
need
so
that
crazy.
Cooper flag, bro. I need that Cooper. I need
Let
Cooper
me tell
flag,
y'all
bro.
something. This how I ain't even. I'm not on social media like as often as I probably was probably a year ago. My boy was over yesterday. We was like, man, did Cooper flag declare? We looking at each other. He like, I don't know. We had to
Yeah,
look
he
it up.
did.
I didn't
He
even
did.
know.
He declared, bro.
I
Oh,
didn't
I
even know
need
the
it,
man had
bro.
declared.
That you announced today that Jordan is gonna be a special correspondent. You have to get the Bulls the number one pick.
You
You
just have
have
to
to.
Pope freaking.
You have to, bro. You have to.
What? Rick it out, Pope. Come on, do it.
Come on, right? Do
Right.
it for the
Oh,
Pope. Do it for
yeah.
Pope Leo, bro. Come on.
Hey,
Do it for
yeah.
Pope Leo.
Right. If the Pope got dang,
I mean,
the
the
Pope,
Blackhawks got done
Jordan.
dirty because they got to pick number 3. So at least
I mean,
treat the Bulls, man.
I understand that.
I do
I
too,
wouldn't
but
I pick this shit anyways. I want it next year. Next year is his cousin.
oh yeah, Connor's
Blackhawks need to
cousin.
get a good coach, man. They got
Well,
to get
they
a good
say
coach.
if we get it this year or next year, we can't get it again in 3 years.
Yeah, you can't get it.
Which
Yeah, you can't
hey,
get away.
no matter, hey, that's cool with me.
So if we get it next year, we can't get it again until like 2029,
That's fine. They just need
which
to
is fine with
Blackhawks.
me.
They need a new coach. That's
Yeah,
They
they
need a
do.
for the Bulls.
That'll be interesting
They need a
who
new coach.
they bring in,
Yep, they need a new coach. We'll see.
unless they already brought someone in, right? No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So
that
we'll
old
see.
coach just got hired to
Quinville.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they
Hopefully
got to
so.
figure a lot of things out. They gotta. To me, I just want the Blackhawks to take the best player available,
Mm-hmm.
um, and
Lisa.
get a guy to help Bedard out. That's how I feel about it.
They need a
Lisa.
guy. They also need somebody that's gonna push them too. He needs it. He
Yeah.
needs it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
needs it, man. If
Like I liked how Frank Nazar came on late in the season,
yeah,
but they need help everywhere pretty much. So
Jordan Martone, make it happen.
they
hey,
need
that's
somebody.
fine too. Like I said, take the best available player at number 3. As long as you do that, that's an A for me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see, man. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully the Bears will get. I'm sorry. Hopefully the Bulls get the number one pick.
Oh, I need it. Come on, Pope Leo.
The draft. We'll
Come on,
know more
Pope
about
Leo.
the draft. I mean, not the draft, the schedule. So we'll see, man. We'll have a lot to
I
talk
need the
about
Bears
next
to
week.
get 8 primetime games. No, I don't actually. I hope they only get 2.
Yeah,
I'll be
we'll
fine
see.
with
I
3.
hate primetime games, bro.
Me too. I don't like them, but
I
whatever.
feel like one of those got to be Detroit.
No,
Mm,
no, it don't.
nah,
Well, it should be.
maybe
I just
afternoon game, but I
agree
don't
with
want it prime time though.
Yeah, I don't like primetime. I hate primetime games.
Yeah,
you.
but
If
we'll
it's
see, man.
Especially if it's like Thursday, especially Thursday night games. I don't get Thursday night games.
Boys
That don't
versus
make sense to me.
For some reason, I think the Commanders Bears game gonna be prime time.
I think that's gonna be one, and
Yo,
I
yeah,
think
that's definitely being prime time.
The
That's
Lions and
definitely
Bears are gonna be a
that
prime
definitely will be prime time. I think they're
Nah,
gonna make one of the Lions games prime time only because of Ben, and I
yeah,
think it'll be the one in Detroit
yeah, absolutely.
because Ben's
Yeah,
going back to Detroit.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's a lot of storytelling, entertainment value in that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So,
I think they're gonna put the Steelers Jets on prime time too. Because Rodgers, let's be real, Rodgers is signing with the Steelers. He just hasn't announced it yet. But he's signing with the Steelers, and him going back to MetLife Stadium, yeah, they putting that on prime time. You already know that. Like you already know that. That's probably gonna be Sunday night or Monday night. We already know that's going on prime
he
time.
another one. They're just retired, dog.
Yeah,
Go.
bro, I'm there too. Like, bruh, I saw someone say the Saints should go after Aaron Rodgers. I said no, they shouldn't.
Aaron Rodgers will look at them and freaking
Bro,
turn them
like, you know what it is? Rodgers really wants to go to Minnesota, but Minnesota told him to keep his
No,
happy behind
right. They
somewhere
going with
else.
JJ. They
He
said
wants
they
to
going
go
with
to
JJ.
Minnesota. That's really what it is.
But they ain't gonna promise him that. They not I don't think they
Right.
promise him what he. Well, I don't know. You know more than I know, but
No, he just wants to go to Minnesota because he feels like it's the best situation. between all his options.
But they're not
But
gonna promise him
but
the starting
Minnesota
gig.
don't want. Minnesota told him, "Nah, we're good." I mean,
Mm,
I guess unless McCarthy just doesn't look ready, they'll circle back to Rodgers. But for now, they're like, "Nah, we're good."
mm, mm.
Like if they feel like McCarthy doesn't look quite ready and he's struggling in training camp or preseason, then maybe they'll come back to it. But by that point, by that point, Pittsburgh needs to move on. That's what Pittsburgh needs to do. Eh, They're the biggest losers of free agency. I don't know what they're doing. Are they really gonna drag
I'll
out
tell you
Mason
right now.
Rudolph,
If
bro,
that
at
man,
quarterback?
if Aaron Rodgers ain't signed by the middle of next month, just move on. Just move
Bro, are they really gonna drag out Mason Rudolph, bro?
I
Bro,
hope they do.
Mason
We gotta
Rudolph
play
was
them.
trash
on. Huh?
last year.
I hope they do. We gotta play them.
Oh yeah, we do, don't we? Dang, I
We
forgot. We
gotta
got to
play
play
them at
Pittsburgh
Soldier
this year.
Field. I
It's
hope they
at
do.
Soldier Field? Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. I hope we're playing Mason Rudolph then.
Mm.
Bro, I'm gonna
No,
laugh so
no.
tough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
To
gonna
me,
laugh so tough, bro.
even with Rogers old aged, but like
Bro, I'm gonna laugh so tough that week. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope we do.
They
I
got
love
one
Bro,
receiver.
Tom Lundy.
dog.
They got
Golly.
one receiver.
I'm
Nobody
gonna
cares.
laugh so tough because
They
they
got one
traded George
receiver.
Pickens and all they got is DK Metcalf.
Because Roman Wilson, I don't know. He hasn't actually played a down
Who?
NFL yet, has he?
Who?
Roman Wilson.
Nah, he'll
Mm-mm.
be back this year.
Yeah, he
I
ain't
don't
played
know.
that. He ain't played that.
But to
I
be
don't know.
honest, I think they're
I don't think.
expecting way too much from him, especially
Yeah,
coming back from injury.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's a little on the small side.
Mhm.
I mean, they got
So
Friday move.
yeah, but yeah, they do, but they don't even use Frying Move right because they don't like to throw middle of the field.
I forgot they got Arthur Smith as the coordinator. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Please
said. They don't even
please
No,
use
keep
him
that
right.
boy.
there
So,
you go.
Come on,
bro, that's
please
why I
keep
said I'm gonna
him.
be laughing at Pittsburgh, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna
They
be
can have a
laughing,
winning
bro.
season. They just please not a win against us, man. We need to be winning
Right,
that game.
they can beat everyone else, but I want to laugh, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Pittsburgh, bro, like what are they doing? I don't even know what they're doing. Mason Rudolph, really? It might really be Mason Rudolph, and I'm really gonna laugh, bro.
Terrible.
That's crazy.
Terrible.
Wait, so the backup what is Skylar Thompson?
Mm.
Oh my goodness, bro,
I
that's
hope
crazy.
Rodgers do not want to go. I just pray. You know what? I want him to retire this year. Just go ahead and retire. Just go ahead and retire. I don't want the Pittsburgh Steelers getting
But
him.
they say if he retires, they probably go after Kirk Cousins. I'm like his bro.
I don't think they want to trade him. That money that they giving that dude, like, I would keep the guy.
Problem is he gonna become a nuisance? I guess is the word.
You know,
Is he
even if
gonna
they
become
do
a
after Kirk
nuisance?
Cousins, I'm not even worried about Kirk Cousins. All them picks he didn't through, he didn't kind of aged. He need to retire too.
Yeah, he do, bro. Yeah, he do.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all. Well, let me go, man. I gotta pick the boy up, but we will holler at y'all next week, man.
Yes.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace out, y'all. Have a good week, man.
Later.